Hello, my lovelies. I hope you're all well. So, yesterday was the midterm elections in the US and DeSantis won by a huge majority, actually, over 1 million votes more than the other guy. So I thought it might be quite nice to watch his victory speech. Got myself a cup of tea this morning. I haven't sat down with you to watch something with a cup of tea for a while, but let's begin.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Ron.
Well, thank you so much. You know, over these past 4 years, we've seen major challenges for the people of our state, for the citizens of the United States, and above all, for the cause of freedom. We saw freedom in our very way of life, and so many other jurisdictions in this country wither on the vine. Florida held the line.
And this is why he is such an amazing governor and why I really want to go to Florida. Wouldn't it be amazing if I got to meet him when I was there? That would be incredible. But he's right. Freedom has been under threat, not just in America, all around the world, let me tell you. And I'm very disappointed that we have a prime minister who was quite happy to take our freedoms away, quite frankly. But let's carry on with Ron's speech. Is that his wife?
We chose facts over fear. We chose education over indoctrination. We chose law and order over rioting and disorder.
Here.
Florida was a refuge of sanity when the world went mad. We stood as a citadel of freedom for people across this country and indeed across the world. We faced attacks. We took the hits. We weathered the storms, but we stood our ground. We did not back down. We had the conviction to guide us, and we had the courage to lead. We made promises.
Oh, I love him.
We made promises to the people of Florida, and we have delivered on those promises.
Yep. And that is why he's been re-elected and his numbers have gone up. And then that is quite unusual for somebody who's already in power to get an even higher majority for their seat. That's basically unheard of. It's insane. But you know, he has a proven track record of being an amazing governor. So, let's see.
And so today, after 4 years, the people have delivered their verdict. Freedom is here to stay.
2 more years.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, thanks to the overwhelming...
2 more years. You know what's coming in 2 years.
We not only won election, we have rewritten the political map.
I'd say that's true, yeah.
Thank you for honoring us with a win for the ages.
It was monumental.
I want to thank all of our campaign staff, from campaign manager Janera Peck down. This was the best run campaign in the history of Florida politics. I want to thank all of our wonderful volunteers who worked so hard to get out the vote. Your support means the world to Casey and I. God bless you and thank you. Now, it's a lot easier to run a good campaign when you got a great record to run on. And I would not have been able to see the level of accomplishments that we saw unless I had outstanding personnel working in the executive office of the governor, as well as heading state agencies. These folks worked hard to implement our agenda. They believed in our agenda, and the results have been historic. Thank you for your support and work. Thank you to Miami-Dade County.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely forgot about that part. Miami-Dade, which is like normally completely Democrat, and he won it. He won it. How incredible is that? It just goes to show, doesn't it, that because DeSantis has been so strong in the culture war, and so strong for freedom, and he obviously has a good track record of what he's achieved as governor. And it's brought people over. You know, people don't normally vote across party lines. I mean, we saw that in Philadelphia. People will vote regardless. They'll vote down party lines regardless of who the person is. And but he stood up against the culture stuff, you know, like they're going after the kids and stuff like that. He was very strong against that, and like he said, the indoctrination going on in the education system, and that's what people like. And I think that's where a lot of the other Republicans candidates maybe fell down, was that they weren't strong in the culture stuff, because I think what I've seen is a lot of people went out and voted Democrat. A lot of young people went out and voted Democrat, based primarily on the abortion argument, because let's face it, the Democrats and the media have done an amazing job of driving that story. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of the Republicans fell down. So you didn't quite get the red wave that many were predicting. But anyway, I digress.
Thank you to Palm Beach County.
Palm Beach too. So is that a heavily Democrat area?
Now, we're still tallying the votes, but it's clearly apparent that this election, we will have garnered a significant number of votes from people who may not have voted for me 4 years ago. And I just want to let you know, I am honored to have earned your trust and your support.
He's done amazing. He's done amazing.
And most important of all, thank you to the greatest First Lady in all 50 states.
She's so pretty.
For being a great wife, giving unwavering support, being a tremendous mother to our 3 young children, and serving as an example for women throughout this state, especially going through the battle of cancer. She is remarkable.
Oh, bless her. She looks so embarrassed. I didn't know she'd had cancer.
Now,
2 more years.
today, today is the culmination of the 2022 fall elections, but in reality, Americans have been voting for many years now. They've been voting with their feet, and the results of that behavior has been just as stark as our landslide victory today. States and cities governed by leftist politicians have seen crime skyrocket. They've seen their taxpayers abused. They've seen medical authoritarianism imposed, and they've seen American principles discarded. The woke agenda has caused millions of Americans to leave these jurisdictions for greener pastures. Now, this great exodus of Americans, for those folks, Florida, for so many of them, has served as the promised land.
This was a worry, actually, wasn't it? Was a lot of these people coming from places like California, which are obviously heavily Democrat, and are now hellholes, let's face it, as a result. I think there was a general worry that they were going to take their politics with them. So they were going to move to places like Florida and Texas, where you had these Republican governors and other state representatives who were, you know, delivering a great life for people, and that these people from these Democrat places would come in and then they would vote Democrat. But luckily, that doesn't seem to have happened, at least not in Florida and Texas, because I'm pretty sure the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, is it? I'm pretty sure he kept his seat too. So maybe it did change their mind. Maybe the, you know, just the absolute hell they were living in these places changed their political perspectives, and they realized that if they moved to Florida and they then voted Democrat, that then Florida would become like California. There is common sense.
We have embraced freedom. We have maintained law and order. We have protected the rights of parents. We have respected our taxpayers, and we reject woke ideology.
Oh man, I need a Ron DeSantis here in England. I need one of him, because honestly, our political landscape is so dire. It's so dire.
We fight the woke in the legislature.
Yeah, man.
We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die. People have come here because our policies work.
Yes.
Leadership matters. We refuse to use polls and put our finger in the wind. Leaders don't follow, they lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
We set out a vision. We executed on that vision, and we produced historic results. And the people of this state have responded in record fashion. Now, while our country flounders due to failed leadership in Washington, Florida is on the right track.
Yeah. Florida is
I believe the survival of the American experiment requires a revival of true American principles.
Yeah.
Florida has proved
100%.
that it can be done.
100%.
We offer a ray of hope that better days still lie ahead. I am proud of our achievements in this state.
I'm proud, and I'm not even there.
By your support, and I look forward to the road ahead. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race in this first term, and I have kept the faith. We've accomplished more than anybody thought possible 4 years ago, but we've got so much more to do, and I have only begun to fight. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you for a historic landslide victory.
Oh, congratulations again to Governor Ron DeSantis. What a guy. What a guy. I just love him. I love him. I think he's a cracking leader. I mean, it's proven, isn't it? He's a proven record of being amazing. One thing I did want to ask you is, it was brought to my attention that Trump has taken a swipe at him. Now, as far as I'm aware, Ron DeSantis hasn't said that he's going to run in the presidential election. But Trump seems to be under the impression that he is going to, and so that means they will be competing then, won't they? Because we know Trump is going to run. So I wanted to ask you, who are you going to back? Because I know most of you watching will be in the US. So would you prefer to see Trump back, or would you prefer DeSantis as president? Just curious to know your thoughts. Thank you for joining me today for my cup of tea and little watch of a video. I'm very, very pleased that DeSantis won. I don't think it was ever in question, was it? Because he's been such an amazing leader. But a relief nonetheless to see that happen. So I will see you very soon.